Yo, what's up everybody, it's Elshin here. And listen, we're about to dive into the wild world of startups. We're talking about those companies that started from scratch, from someone's crazy idea scribbled on a napkin, and somehow, against all odds, changed everything. We're not just talking about making a quick buck, alright? We're talking about the big leagues, the game changers, the ones who rewrote the rules and made billions doing it. These are the companies that didn't just build a product, they built the future. Over the next few minutes, we're gonna unpack their stories, the struggles, the triumphs, the sheer audacity of it all. So buckle up, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into the top 10 startups that changed the world forever. First up, we're talking artificial intelligence, the kind of stuff that used to be science fiction. But OpenAI is making it a reality, right here, right now. These guys aren't messing around. They're building the tools that are changing how we write, how we create, how we think even. ChatGPT, yeah, that's them. It's like having a conversation with, well, the internet itself. Need to write a song? Done. Need to code a website? No problem. ChatGPT is your AI wingman, ready to help you conquer any creative challenge. But it doesn't stop there. DALL-E, another OpenAI masterpiece, can conjure up images from your wildest imagination. Just type in what you're picturing, and boom, DALL-E brings it to life. It's mind-blowing, and it's changing the game for artists and designers everywhere. And for all you coders out there, OpenAI has something special for you too. Codex. This AI can write code for you, which is both amazing and slightly terrifying, right? Suddenly the future of work is looking a whole lot different. OpenAI is pushing the boundaries, asking the big questions, and forcing us to rethink what's possible. Next up, we're diving into the world of Instagram. Now, love it or hate it, you can't deny the impact this app has had on our culture. Remember when photos used to be, actual photos? Instagram came along and said, nah, let's add some filters, make everything look pretty, and boom. Just like that, everyone's a photographer. But Instagram is more than just filters, right? It's about stories, it's about reels, it's about those perfectly curated feeds that make you question your entire existence. It's about influencers, those digital tastemakers who can make or break a brand with a single post. Instagram tapped into something primal, that human need to share, to connect, to show off a little, or a lot. And they built an empire doing it. They created a platform where everyone, from your grandma to Beyoncé, is vying for likes and followers. Alright guys, we all love music, right? I mean, who doesn't? It gets us hyped, helps us chill, and sometimes even makes us cry a little. But remember the old days? The days of clunky iPods and having to buy every single song? Yeah, Spotify came in and completely flipped the script. They said, yo, what if we just gave everyone access to all the music ever, and boom, the music industry was never the same. Spotify changed the game. They made listening to music easy, accessible, and, let's be real, kind of addictive. Suddenly we had playlists for everything. Workouts, road trips, even just for when you're feeling a little bit extra. But Spotify's genius wasn't just about convenience. They understood that music is personal. Their algorithms are like scary good at knowing your taste. It's like having your own personal DJ in your pocket. But Spotify didn't stop at music. They saw the potential in podcasts, and man did they go all in. Now you can find podcasts on literally anything. True crime, comedy, business, you name it. They're investing heavily in original content too, signing deals with big names and creating their own shows. I'm talking exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes stories, the works. And with over 500 million active users, Spotify's reach is insane. They're not just a music app anymore, they're a cultural force. They're shaping how we discover new artists, how we consume content, and how we connect with each other through shared audio experiences. Spotify is proof that sometimes, the best ideas are the ones that seem obvious in hindsight. They saw a need, they filled it brilliantly, and they haven't stopped innovating since. Alright guys, let's talk about ambition. I'm talking about dreaming big, like really big. Elon Musk and SpaceX, they're not messing around. Their goal? To make humanity a multiplanetary species. I know it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But SpaceX is out there making it a reality, one rocket launch at a time. They're launching satellites, supplying the International Space Station, and developing Starship. their next-generation spacecraft designed to take humans to Mars. SpaceX is all about pushing boundaries, doing what others said was impossible. Their Falcon 9 rocket, it's the most frequently flown orbital rocket in the world. They've literally made space travel almost routine, and they're not afraid to take risks. Remember those early landings where the rockets would, explode occasionally? Yeah, those were all part of the learning process. They iterate, they adapt, and they just keep pushing forward. But SpaceX isn't just about getting to Mars. They're also focused on improving life here on Earth. Enter Starlink, their satellite internet constellation. This is huge, guys. Starlink is beaming high-speed internet to even the most remote corners of the planet. We're talking about connecting people who have never had access to reliable internet before. It's bridging the digital divide and opening up a world of possibilities. Think about it. Education, healthcare, economic opportunities, all made accessible through the power of connectivity. It's like something out of a social entrepreneur's dream, but it's happening right now. SpaceX is a testament to the power of big dreams, relentless innovation, and a healthy dose of why not. They're challenging the status quo, inspiring a new generation of space enthusiasts and quite literally taking us to infinity and beyond. Alright guys, ever feel like you have too many apps on your phone? I know I do. But imagine if there was one app that could do it all: order food, book a hotel, buy movie tickets, you name it. Well, in China, that app exists. It's called Mtoan. Mtoan started as a Groupon-style deal platform, but they quickly realized they could do so much more. They tapped into the massive Chinese market and built an ecosystem of services that's absolutely mind-blowing. We're talking millions of restaurants, hotels, entertainment venues, and more, all accessible through one single app. It's like having the power of the internet in your pocket, but even more convenient. And the crazy part? It actually works. Their logistics network is insane. They've got armies of delivery drivers zipping around cities, fulfilling orders with incredible speed and efficiency. Mtoan's success is all about integration. They've taken all these different services and woven them together seamlessly. Need to book a flight and then order dinner at your destination? Mtoan's got you covered. They're constantly innovating too, adding new features and expanding into new areas. They're even experimenting with things like autonomous delivery robots and drone delivery. Mtoan is a glimpse into the future of the digital economy, where convenience and connectivity reign supreme. They've created an all-in-one platform that's become an indispensable part of daily life for millions of people in China. Think about it. What if this level of integration came to other parts of the world? It's a game changer for sure. Mtoan is proof that sometimes the best way to win is to build an ecosystem that meets every need. Alright guys, picture this. You've got this killer idea for an online business. You're gonna disrupt the game, change the world, all that jazz. But there's one tiny problem: actually getting paid for your genius. That's where Stripe comes in, like the superhero of online transactions swooping in to save the day. They created this super clean, ridiculously easy-to-use platform that's basically the plug-and-play of online payments. You don't need to be a coding wizard, you don't need a PhD in cybersecurity. Just a few clicks and boom, you're accepting payments from customers worldwide. Stripe powers payments for some of the biggest names in the game: Amazon, Shopify, Google. They all trust Stripe to handle their money moves. It's the kind of quiet success story that doesn't always make headlines, but it's changing the way we do business online, one transaction at a time. Alright, let's talk travel guys. Remember the days of overpriced hotels, dodgy hostels, and that weird smell you could never quite place? Yeah, Airbnb came along and said, nah, we can do better. And they did. They flipped the script on travel, turning strangers' homes into personal playgrounds. It started with a couple of guys, some air mattresses, and a crazy idea. Sounds simple, right? But it was about connection, experiencing a place like a local. You weren't just booking a room, you were booking an experience. Crash in a treehouse in Costa Rica, wake up to the sound of the rainforest, and have coffee with a local family. Score a stylish apartment in Tokyo, live like a local, and explore the city like you actually lived there. Airbnb wasn't just disrupting the hotel industry, they were creating a whole new category of travel. Authentic, affordable, and way more interesting than your average Holiday Inn. Now, here's the thing about Airbnb that really sets it apart. It's not just a faceless platform, it's a community. It's about real people opening their homes and sharing their cities with strangers, creating these serendipitous connections that wouldn't have happened otherwise. And as Airbnb grew, so did its ambitions. They went from offering spare rooms to curating entire travel experiences. Want to learn how to make pasta from a nonna in Italy? Airbnb Experiences has got you covered. Looking for a luxurious villa with a private chef and a killer view? They've got that too. They realize that travel isn't just about the destination, it's about the journey, about the people you meet and the stories you collect along the way. Airbnb tapped into that human desire for connection, for something more than just a place to crash, and they haven't stopped evolving. Long-term rentals, work-from-anywhere solutions, they're constantly adapting to the changing world, proving that the journey is just as important as the destination. And that's how you build a $100 billion empire, one unforgettable stay at a time. Let's talk about the dreamers, the hustlers building empires from their kitchen tables. The internet was supposed to be the great equalizer, an open marketplace for everyone. But then came the Amazons, giant behemoths, sucking the air out of the room. Shopify stepped in, like the Robin Hood of e-commerce, giving power back to the people. You don't need to be a tech giant to sell online, just a good idea, some hustle, and Shopify. Setting up an online store is as easy as ordering a pizza. Unlike other platforms, Shopify gives you complete control. Your brand, your vision, your way. Shopify built an ecosystem, empowering millions to turn passions into profits. They've got resources for everything: marketing, shipping, customer service, constantly innovating, adding new features, and partnering with other companies. During the pandemic, e-commerce became the lifeline for businesses. Shopify provided the tools and support for businesses to thrive. The future of commerce is about empowering individuals, one online store at a time. Alright, let's talk Uber. You know, the app that's basically glued to everyone's phone these days. But seriously, think about it for a second. Remember how much of a pain it used to be to hail a cab? Standing on the curb, waving your arms like a maniac, hoping against hope that one would actually stop. Uber swooped in and just completely flipped the script. They said, nah, we're doing this digitally. Tap a button, boom, car shows up. No more awkward street corner dances, no more fumbling for cash. It was revolutionary. And you gotta admit, kinda brilliant. But it wasn't just about convenience. Uber tapped into something bigger. They created a whole new way to think about transportation. They empowered drivers, giving them flexibility and control over their own schedules. And they connected people in cities all over the world, making it easier and more affordable to get around. And let's be real, Uber's journey hasn't exactly been a smooth ride. They've faced their fair share of controversy, legal battles, regulatory hurdles, you name it. They disrupted an entire industry, and that kind of shakeup never comes easy. But love them or hate them, you can't deny the impact they've had. They went from ride-hailing to food delivery with Uber Eats, then jumped into freight logistics, moving stuff around, and even dove headfirst into the world of self-driving cars. They're constantly pushing the boundaries, experimenting, and yeah, sometimes breaking a few rules along the way. That's the thing about disruption, right? It's messy, it's chaotic, but it forces everyone to evolve. It forces us to rethink the way things have always been done. And whether you're a fan of their tactics or not, Uber forced the entire transportation industry to adapt and innovate. And in the end, isn't that kind of the point of a true game changer? To shake things up, push the limits, and ultimately, change the world as we know it? Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the dancing panda in your phone, ByteDance. You might not recognize the name right away, but trust me, you know their work. They're the masterminds behind TikTok, the app that's basically taken over the internet one dance challenge at a time. Now, I'll admit, at first I was skeptical. I mean, short-form videos? Dancing teenagers? It didn't exactly scream cultural phenomenon to me, but then I saw the numbers. Billions of downloads, millions of users, and engagement levels that would make any social media manager drool, and then I actually spent some time on the app. And you know what? It's addicting. It's like this endless stream of creativity, comedy, and straight-up weirdness. And the algorithm? Don't even get me started. It's like it reads your mind, serving up exactly what you want to see before you even know you want to see it. But here's the thing about ByteDance. They're not just about silly dances and viral trends, they've tapped into something much bigger. They've cracked the code on how to capture and hold the attention of Gen Z, the generation that grew up with smartphones in their hands and the internet at their fingertips. Think about it. Traditional media? Gone? Cable TV? Who even has that anymore? Gen Z consumes content differently. They're all about authenticity, short bursts of entertainment, and connecting with like-minded people from all over the world. And that's exactly what TikTok provides. It's a platform where anyone can go viral, where creativity thrives, and where brands are scrambling to keep up. And ByteDance, they're the ones calling the shots. They've built an empire on short-form video, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. They're going head-to-head with giants like YouTube and Instagram, and honestly, they're winning. They're reshaping the digital landscape, one 15-second video at a time. And that, my friends, is the power of understanding your audience. So there you have it. 10 startups that dared to dream big, that took risks, that failed, that learned, and ultimately changed the world as we know it. From revolutionizing the way we communicate to launching rockets into space, these companies are proof that anything is possible with a good idea, a whole lot of hustle, and maybe a little bit of luck. These aren't just companies, they're movements. They're technologies that have become so ingrained in our lives that it's hard to imagine a world without them. They're turning points in history, markers of how far we've come, and glimpses into the endless possibilities of the future. So which one of these startups inspires you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this journey through the world of game-changing startups. And don't forget to subscribe to Success Unlocked for more inspiring stories about innovation, creativity, and the power of the human spirit. Keep hustling, keep dreaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.